Well, when things get active like they are here in the commodity markets this morning, it's always a pleasure to welcome aboard a little extra expert help. And we have it in-house today, right here in the studio. Pleased to be joined by Chris Swift of Swift Trading, based in Nashville. I'm glad you came in today.
Good morning. It's good morning to come in.
It's, well, happy spring.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's going to be a little bit hard to corral this market here on the grain side. And let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. We'll take a look first at the corn market right now. Our quotes are provided by bar chart here. Here you go, Chris. We have May corn now 17.5 higher at 7.59 1/4. Just a penny and a quarter from our high of the day. December up 18.5 now at 6.64. Ooh, just 2 ticks from its high of the day. Well, let's take a look at soybeans, and they're off and running. We have May soybeans 34 higher at 17.02, Chris, over 17 bucks. And you have November now 26 higher, and now 26.5 higher at 14.93 1/4. And then if we had a drum roll sound effect here, Chris, this is where we would need it. On the wheat, in Chicago wheat, May 71 higher at 11.34 3/4. And even that is about a penny and a half from our earlier high. New crop July 62 3/4 higher at 11.07 1/2. Just it's so weird to read changes this big this early in the year. On the Kansas City hard red wheat, we have May now 59.5 higher at 11.30, and now 61.5 higher. Well, that was a big tick change there. 61.5 higher on the May at 11.32. July now 59 higher at 11.21. That's within 3 cents of its high of the day. Well, if that's the case, then let's see what the spring wheat is up to. We'll go to Minneapolis here. And May is up 38.5 cents at 10.98 3/4, and July up 35.5 cents right now, and it's at 10.90 1/4. Just to check our cotton market, see what's going on. We have July currently up 409 points, Chris, 127.12 per pound, and you have December, the new crop month, up 189 points at 107.13. Well, if there is a bidding or a battle for acres today, it's a battle royale in the grain sector and the cotton.
Sure, absolutely. And you know, we got the March 31st planting intentions coming up next Thursday. So
Yeah.
that's what everybody, I think, is waiting to see. And we know there's pretty close to about 88, 89 million acres of the best corn crop ground that there is out there. Everything after that would have to have extra fertilizer. And we know this year fertilizer costs are a little bit more than what they have been in the past times. So we're very interested into seeing how the farmer is going to tackle these higher input costs and see how many acres we actually get in the ground.
What is the structure right now? Everybody talks about the money flow in and out of ag commodities. Where are we now? Obviously, today it looks like it's flooding right back in again.
Kind of like a risk back on again. I think if we take it from last week starting, nobody really knew what the Fed was going to do and what their stance was going to be. By Wednesday, we knew exactly what their stance was going to be, which was minimal. I mean, they did the most minimal objective that they possibly could. Thursday, prices were higher. Friday, everybody sighed relief. This morning, everything prices are right back higher again.
So do you think it's going to do this all week?
I think it's going to do this for a long time. There's just not much that can, you have to get things to subside. You have to get the Ukrainian event to subside. You have to get some weather in here that's going to be more conducive towards crop planting. You got to get fertilizer prices down, fuel costs soaring again today. So you don't have any changes of anything. So until you get changes of the fundamentals, you can't really expect changes in much of anything else.
Oh boy, and then we heard this morning they had some moisture in the plains a little bit, and man, it may turn hot and dry again. I'm hearing wildfires out in Texas over the weekend. Goodness. Welcome back, and we'll take a look at our livestock trade right after this. Speaking of the outside markets, I wanted to take a look at this crude oil market, the West Texas Intermediate Crude. Well, on that board today, we're now $6.02 higher on the April contract. We're at 110.72 per barrel, got as high as 111.02 and then backed off just a little bit there. Sometimes there can be a correlation between the equity markets and the livestock trade. Well, today, the June Dow futures, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's down 142 points, now down to 145 at 34,488. So file that away in the back of your mind anyway. And the U.S. dollar index pretty flat, not doing much of anything. June is now up just 13 points. Well, with that in mind on the Dow, let's take a look at our live cattle futures. We're a little weaker. April down 55 cents at 139.95, so pretty quiet actually. On the feeder cattle market, starting to feel the pressure now with the surging grain trade. April feeders down to 157. We're at 160.75. And let's also go ahead and check out our lean hog market here this morning. We now have the nearby April contract $1.50 higher at $100.90. So it's back up above $100 here, Chris. But that is the smallest performer of the entire range here. Look at this. We have June, July, and August all over $3 higher on the lean hogs. That's pretty impressive. But why the deferred?
I'm not real sure why, other than we know that pork production has been down for several quarters in a row. So I think that's the only thing that we could note, that the back end of it there's no increases that we know of right now that's going to increase hog production. And
it's interesting that it's the deferred contracts that are already at a big premium to the nearby. Look at April at $100. And you have June at 119. I mean, that's quite a spread change.
It is, but that's not uncommon.
Okay.
That common spread is anywhere between $15 to $20 wide, so that's not really all that common.
All right.
Uncommon, excuse me.
And it's widening out about $2 today. Now on live cattle, what do you see happening here on live cattle this week now?
There haven't been much change in beef production. Several weeks in a row, we've produced just about the same amount of beef, and that's not very good because I think that shows a slowing down. We seem to have an elevated number of cattle on feed for this time of the year. We're not seeing any kind of ratcheting up of the speeds and processing, so we're just putting out about the same amount of beef production with carcass weights 19 pounds year over year, heavier, and a pound week over week heavier. So we're not getting current anytime soon either.
Hopefully China maintains their appetite for U.S. beef.
They have had good export numbers to them. Yes, they have.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
And again, happy spring to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
I know you enjoy that out on the ranch. Okay. Well, that's a look at our market activity for now. Janet, I'll turn it back to you.